Down here at Datsun Daycare, Datsun Slayer Garage. Bobby has put the head on the engine, set it on there for now. Mr. Crowley. Remember, like I said before, I name all my vehicles, and they pretty much pick their own names, right? So not all my vehicles are Datsuns. I bought a truck here a few years ago from a guy named Byron Crowley. Okay? And it's a 4x4. So I decided to name it after the original owner, Mr. Crowley. No, it's not all jacked up and has all the bells and whistles, but you know, it's Timmy's Tacoma. It's a 4x4. And no, Bobby, I didn't just make that up. That's a proven fact. So that's where my Tacoma got its name, Mr. Crowley. See, now we've got the rotten orange. And then Gringo, well, that was Brian Lee, I believe, is the one that came up with that from the Dots Locos. Rest in peace. I'll always love Brian Lee. One of the coolest cats, man. I wish he was still here.
Ted pays good attention to detail. I had these rockers marked from where they were originally at. These marks that I made. Mr. Crowley.
Mr. Byron Crowley.
So I already did.
Yep.
Why didn't you tell me that?
So I was waiting to see if you I didn't know if you were, if you were going to readjust it or... I'm just a student in training.
You pull it out of there as fast.
Here, do that part.
I'm about to have a fucking issue here, dude.
Sometimes when I help Bobby, it's like that video where the dad's yelling at the little kid, "Hold the phone high!" And the little kid goes, like it just shocks him. So I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I've seen him do this a lot, but when he says I'm about to have a fucking issue, I don't know if that's a breakdown or if I fuck something on the motor up, so. Aaron's gonna have some real good content tonight. Oh, fuck. I got a new guy at work. He's being trained by the boss, and I feel so sorry for him every day. Now, what happened there? What was going on?
The valve keepers let go of the retainers. And basically the valve retainers and keepers were coming loose from the valve. So these right here, about to happen. I have some right here. So these are what's sitting on top of the spring right there.
Yeah, those two little roundies.
Kept in with those. These were coming loose off of the valve.
So what could have fucking happened there?
So every time I was trying to lift it, they were just coming sliding up the valve. They weren't locking into it. So everything would have just unsprung.
Worst case scenario, what would have happened?
This would have to take the head back off so it on the bench and work it where I could handle both sides of it at the same time.
Would that include screaming at me or no?
No. You don't scream.
about to fucking break down.
We're about to have an issue.
And this is why I appreciate the engine builder. Anybody I've learned can put an engine in a car like a Datsun L series, you know. But not anybody can build L series and engines. And I've had a lot of people say that Bobby can build a hell of an L series. I wish my engine was special, but it's a creep.
So what it's doing right now, it's wiping the ink off of the pads, all the ink that's spread all over them.
To show you what.
So then I know where it's riding on that pad, because you don't want it too far one way or the other, or even worse than too far one way or the other, that it actually rides off the edge of one of them.
And then you'll take each one out and look at it.
Now I'll take them back out, look at them.
Fuck, there's a lot of work to these back and forth on these engines, huh?
Any engine, when you're putting this much into, time and money, you gotta be particular about everything. And failure at this point means thousands and thousands of dollars.
And time, fucking, and heartache, some tears. Pretty soon we're going to be wearing glasses doing this, huh, Bob?